Boom! Alright. I know I've been gone for a little bit, but we don't really got a plan for this one, right? This is a quote interpretation. In honorary of February, the month of love, I came across this interview from Dr. Umar. Shout out to E. He knows who I'm talking about. Yeah, he put me on, alright? So I ain't gonna lie, he put me on. That's just how it is. And across that came, there's two quotes that I'm gonna talk about, but it was this one in particular, like maybe three. Hold on, I got three from the same interview that should kind of hit. So, how can you fully love if you're too afraid to get hurt? And then he follows up. If you can't fully love because you're too afraid to get hurt, you have no business dating in the first place. Let me repeat that real quick. Hold on. How can you fully love if you're too afraid to get hurt? If you can't fully love because you're too afraid to get hurt, you have no business dating in the first place. Let's talk about it, right? The reason why I wanted to talk about it is because, that shit kind of hit. I'm like, damn. It reminded me of the intro to Low Key from Sleepy, right?
People throw that shit around a lot. People throw that shit around. I don't think nobody even know what that shit mean no more.
Motherfuckers be just throwing around that word love. Motherfuckers don't even know what that shit mean no more. Bro, generally, I really don't know. It's like, what I thought it was, or what I think it is, I failed at. Hear this. This is in connection to the other quote. The difference between a pleasure contract and a relationship is a relationship requires obligation and accountability. Repeat. And hearing that, right? What I really wanted to talk about in terms of breaking it down was like, bro, love. I think about love, I think about fam. That's the first instinct that comes to my mind. It's like, I love my little sis. I love my moms. I love bro. I love my father. And all of that, or even just friendship or any type of relationship, it's obligation and accountability. I'm thinking that has to tie into the definition of love. Because if you are too afraid to oblige yourself to somebody, do you really love that person? Let alone, when he said accountability, I believe he means you're accounted for that person. So as in, that person represents you, and you represent that person. Like I said, I'm thinking about fam and I'm thinking about friends. A lot of people judge you, let alone you judge people. If you judge, I judge. I ain't gonna lie to you, alright? But a lot of people judge based on the people that you are with, how they carry themselves when you're not with them, or when you are with them, regardless of the matter. Where it comes all full intuition, right? Pleasure contract, relationship, love, fully love, being afraid. Where are you? And as Valentine's Day comes to come through and stuff, like, do you have a pleasure contract? Or do you have a relationship? That's the real question. I know I kind of throw in a lot of mumble jumble, but at the same time, it's for you to understand or take into account or think about it. Just think about it. The person that you are with, in terms of relationship, do you really want to be with this person? Do you love this person? Then you have to understand obligation and accountability are two things that differentiate of pleasure contract and a relationship. Now hear that. I just needed to share that. I need it on me. I need it. I need it. Alright. But I had to share that because that's some real shit though, man. Because you can be in a quote unquote relationship, which in actuality is a pleasure contract, because you're addicted to that person. Why you addicted to that person? Could be some good, you know what I'm saying? I'm part of the V Club, so I would understand. Or it's just that person has allowed a safe space for you to be comfortable to where you're addicted to that feeling. But you see things or put them in a box of, this person isn't it for me because of certain things, of your stature, of your checklist, But you're gonna keep playing on this game of quote unquote cat and mouse because you're getting what you want and they're getting what you want. Agreement, pleasure, contract. But the differentiation between a real relationship, let alone what is love, is obligation and accountability. Because you will understand their flaws and you won't keep them out the box of moving to the next step. Because you are obligated to that person and you are accounted for that person. I'm saying this or bringing this to your attention so you can take in mind, what do you really want? Is there a relationship that you want, or is it a pleasure contract that you want? Because you can have fun, but if you really want a relationship, it's much more complicated than you may think. And for that to even come into full tuition, now, is crazy, you know? And I just had to share it. Man. That shit got me thinking. I'm like, yo, damn. Are you conscious enough to even be in a relationship? Let alone, right? I think shouldn't be known common sense wise, but we know common sense isn't common no more. But a relationship takes a lot of work, much more work than you really think. To where, for me, right, as a male, I go for a female. I should and I have to understand that the female I'm pursuing relationship to her father, and vice versa. If a woman is pursuing me, she has to understand my relationship to my mother. Why is that? Because that is the first loves of our life. Those are the first loves of our life, of the opposite gender. How they view them, how they view the opposite sex, how they view their first love, how they view or how they deal, how they accompany, how they are obligated, how they account it for the opposite gender, their first love, tells you very much about that person and how they will treat you. Let alone and how that person has treated them. Because if that person has not treated them unjustly, that trauma is right there. Right there. It's just right there. It's just right there. It's right there. It's prominent. It's going to be something that comes onto you depending on how healed that person truly is. So, with that being said, pleasure contract or relationship? What is it that you want? If you want a relationship, hold on, because that's a lot. I'm like, me right now, I'm like, I gotta do my research. That's just me, but I just wanted to bring up the quote just so y'all mind start thinking and how I interpret it, how I view it to an extent, because life be life. But other than that, it's Suave on this side of the internet, or this channel in particular, will help current and future leaders become better versions of themselves by improving their common sense. We all understand that ignorance is the enemy. On that note, go do what you gotta do. Move. Deuces.